Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're doing the 1976 alternate presidential race between, in real life this was Gerald Ford versus Jimmy Carter. But if you were to take a look, Ronald Reagan almost beat good old Gerald Ford in the primary, which would have been the first time a sitting president has been unseated in the primary, which would have been something we could have taken a look at. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. But, anyway. So we're going to take a look at what if Ronald Reagan defeated Gerald Ford in the primary. Well, there's a lot we could say here, but I think that Reagan isn't going to be winning by a big margin, but I think he will win. But that is just my opinion. But I think the Republican Party will be disillusioned, I guess you could say, slowly dismantling, just because, you know, they just put in somebody, an actor, who was only governor of California. But anyway, let's just start filling out this map. Right off the gate, I could say California will be, let's say likely for Ronald Reagan, easy. He was very popular in the state of California, which will help him big. He'll win Washington and Oregon by a lean margin. He'll win Nevada, lean as well. Ford won all these states by likely to lean margins. He'll end up winning Montana likely. He'll win Colorado likely. He'll win New Mexico lean. Carter, he won Texas by a lean margin, but in this time I think Reagan's going to do a lot better. Texas will still go to Jimmy Carter. I almost called him James Carter for some reason. Jimmy Carter, my bad, by a tilt margin. Oklahoma likely. Kansas likely. South Dakota, North Dakota. A lot of these states were 1 under 10, and it's going to stay that way in this time around. Honestly, it was because Ford and Carter were just two bad candidates. I honestly think a lot of these states I have would end up going safe. Colorado won. South Dakota would be likely. Montana won't be either. Let me just change some of this up a little bit. There we go. So let's continue on with the video. Okay. Minnesota, Carter won it by a likely margin. I think he will win it again by a likely margin. Walter Mondale is very popular in the state, and against Reagan, I still think he would end up winning the state. Iowa, I think it'll be won by a safe margin. Ford won it likely. I think good old Reagan will win it by a bigger margin. But Missouri, I think Carter won it by a lean margin. In this timeline, I think Reagan will jump over the finish line, narrowly winning the state of Missouri. Louisiana, I think that'll go to Carter by a lean margin. Reagan was popular all around the country, but of course Carter was really popular in the South, which I think will help him carry a bunch of these states. He'll win Florida by a tilt margin. He won it by a lean, but I think it'll be a lot closer, especially since it's Reagan and not Ford. I think this is going to be a close election, jeez. South Carolina, North Carolina will both be won by a likely margin. Actually, North Carolina will be lean. Tennessee, likely. Kentucky, lean. I think Reagan will end up narrowly holding the state of Virginia. Narrowly. Ohio, I think that'll go to Reagan. Indiana will be safe, guarantee it. Illinois, likely. That'll go lean. Michigan will go tilt. Reagan will carry the Rust Belt. Very popular in the Rust Belt. He knew what he was talking about. And with that gives him the election. You can see Reagan not winning the South, it seems like. New York will be won by likely, let's say lean. Good old Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, I think all will be won by a safe margin. Maryland and DC and Delaware will be close. Ford did not win these states, but I do think Reagan would have. New Jersey would have been won by a lean margin. Connecticut, lean. I think Rhode Island, likely. So, this is the map, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me how much you think I'm wrong down in the comment section below. But Ronald Reagan defeats Jimmy Carter 373 to 164. I said he wasn't going to win by a big margin, but hey, he still did. He still won by a landslide. Right, Carter won it by 297. The only reason why it was close, I think if they were to have nominated, out of all these candidates right there, there are a lot of people who could have. Birchbaugh, huh? Huh. No, I don't think anyone here would have been able to do. I think Jimmy Carter definitely was the best choice. I think if Walter Mondale would have ran for president, he would have done a lot better than Carter himself. Definitely would have won. Definitely would have won Oregon and Maine. Definitely, which was won by less than 1% by Gerald Ford. So there you guys go. Just take a quick look at all this. There you go. Look at this map. Yeah, a lot of states were won by under 10. That's a lot of blue. Yeah. But Reagan was just an absolutely better candidate than both Ford. I think if Reagan would have run a third party, which might be an interesting video to do, he definitely would have taken the West Coast, maybe Nevada. He probably would have taken Michigan, possibly. Let me change that. It's thundering outside. I think if he ran for third party, I think Carter probably would have won by 300 plus. But Reagan would have done better than Ford, guaranteed. But anyway, guys, this is the electoral map, 1976, Reagan versus Carter. It happens 4 years earlier. But what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me? You guys think I'm full of crap? But anyway, guys, this is the Catic one saying peace.